Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc?
What is up, my movie fanatics, and welcome to another What's Up Doc. I believe this is What's Up Doc number 3. And this one I want to do another video and talk about something that came up. A few videos ago I I mentioned that I would be talking about how I catalog my movies. And you know, as a movie collector, I feel like that we have 3 small hiccups that we have to overcome to have nice big collections. Number 1 is, do we have enough space for the amount of movies that we want to collect? Obviously what we want to collect is a limited amount, so we always have to kind of make do with what we got. The next thing that we have to look at and face is, how are we going to organize those movies? We have hundreds of movies. Are we going to put them in alphabetical order? Are we going to put them in genre? How do we physically organize those movies? And the third thing you got to look at is cataloging. How do we catalog? What's the best method to cataloging? So before I get into this video, I want you guys to comment below right now, how do you catalog your movies? Do you use a program? Do you use a pen and paper? What do you do to catalog them? And if you don't catalog them, why don't you catalog? Is your memory just that good? Which I'm sure there's somebody out there that does not actually need to catalog or want to catalog. Okay, and as I said, I've had people ask me before, what do you do to catalog your movies? Well guys, a little bit about my collection itself. I have about 500 titles, and that is Blu-ray, DVD, box sets, and steelbooks. What a digibook or something else special thrown in there. And I did a video a long time ago, and it was about the 5 top organizational programs. I actually revisited that before I did this video, and it's not that I didn't like it, but it's shocking because my opinion has changed dramatically. So instead of telling you what's the best, because that alone has changed to this. There is no best way to catalog your movies, you guys. It is what you know how to do and what works for you. So keep that in mind. This is strictly what I do. I want to share with you guys what I do. And if there's a better way to do what I do, let me know. Don't be scared to let me know. So when I decided to start cataloging, I went online and I looked up free cataloging programs, and I found this program called Eric's Movie Database, also known as EMDB. I liked it. And it was simple. It was linked to Internet Movie Database, IMDb, and it did everything that I needed it to do. Until the day that I lost my hard drive. My hard drive completely blew, and I had to get a new one, and I lost everything. A few months went by. I said, I'm never going to catalog my movies again. I put so much time and effort into cataloging, and I just don't want to deal with it. Until, I would say, a few months after that, I was looking at my collection. I was actually reorganizing my collection, and I said to myself, you know what, I gotta do something about this. You guys know I like to be an organized person. I like to have everything like written down, and you know. So I said to myself, let's just do something simple. Now, there's like 3 categories that I've seen people how they catalog their movies. I give a general category. This is basically things like Notepad, things like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, anything generic. Heck, even a piece of pen and a paper like a journal book or something. I've seen people do that as well. Then you have programs. As I mentioned before, Eric's Movie Database. You have all my movies. You have Movie Organizer, and those are just on top of my head. There's hundreds out there. Some you pay for, some you don't. And then you have the most amazing and easiest thing I would have to say, and that is social media. Yes guys, social media. We have things like Blu-ray.com. We have Letterboxd. Heck, we even have YouTube. Every time we do an update, you are technically cataloging what you have in your collection. And yes guys, I have used YouTube before to look back on a couple updates, especially now that I'm doing monthly updates. Not only is it easy to just do one a month, but I can go back a month and say, when did I ever pick this up? And then I look, oh, I picked it up in September. So my method is this. This is currently what I do. I decided to just use a simple Excel sheet. I wrote down all of my movies. That's how I started. And I said, I'm going to type them all up, no order, put them in a genre. I had different labels, and I had the title, the genre that I considered, not the genre that like IMDb gave you or any other source. I used what I felt was the genre. I also used where it was located, because at the time that's how I was organizing my movies. And that's basically it. That was a very general thing. And I also used the format, because I would have things like Evil Dead that I had on Steelbook. So I also talked about, I also put the format. Well, yeah, that was great and all, guys. Excel's great. I'm very good at Excel. That's why I picked Excel. I use Excel every single day of my life. But when people would come over and they would sit there and go, I've heard of Shaun of the Dead. What's it mean? What's it about? Who's in it? No. So I finally did a lot of research, and I took probably about a month and a half to finally pick a program. Now I use All My Movies. Here's some screenshots as I talk. Now All My Movies is great. Biggest downfall is that you have to pay for it. I paid $40 for this subscription, and that is just for a personal use subscription. There's also other things you have to pay for if it's a business or multiple users, blah, blah, blah. Why did I want to buy a program? Well, guys, it's this simple. I did not want to lose my data again. Remember, I already went through this. I lost my data. I said I'm not dealing with this. So when you create a database on All My Movies, they give you a file and you can back that file up on anything. So I've been using that, okay? But, so what happened to my Excel sheet? Well, I still have my Excel sheet and I use it actually all the time. What I ended up doing is, because it's Excel and it's readily available on any device, I ended up eliminating where it was located in my collection, where the movie was located, because I ended up reorganizing my movies and I eliminated that completely. I made a version 2 of this Excel sheet. I put it in the cloud, and when I go to Best Buy and I say to myself, do I have the thing? I can't remember. Oh, let me pull out my Excel sheet. Yes, I do. I have the thing. So I wanted something that I can completely, fully customize and do whatever I wanted to it, and that's the Excel sheet. But I wanted it something that my friends, when they come over, that is linked to IMDb, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but All My Movies is linked to IMDb. Shows you the poster, shows you the cast, gives you a rating. So all in all, that's my system, you guys. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, how do I organize my movies? Because I mentioned a few times in this video that I have changed the way I organize my movies. That is another video, and that will have to wait. So guys, if you're, a little bit of advice really quick, if you're thinking about doing a cataloging system, do what you know best. Don't take any shame in Excel or Word or anything like that. Heck, if you have nice handwriting and you want to have a physical pen and paper copy, do it. Why not? No big deal. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I used to do that when I would rent out my movies to people. I would write it down. I mean, it is what it is. If you don't want to spend the money on a program, cataloging program, then don't. It's that simple. There's a whole bunch out there. Do not hesitate to just Google movie cataloging programs or movie organization programs, anything along those lines, and you will find it. It's very easy. So guys, if you like this video and you want to see more, please give me that thumbs up. It lets me know that you really are digging this series, and I really appreciate all the support that I've gotten so far. And do not forget down below to comment how you catalog your movies. I really want to know, guys. So as always, take care and happy watching.